What's going on, everyone? Happy Saturday and welcome back to my channel. Hopefully everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy, and testing negative for all those viruses that can make us sick. It is time now for the Saturday edition of the Virus Update for Saturday, December 6th, 2025. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. This is where I do the daily virus update on all those viruses that can make us sick. Why do we do this? Because let's face it, who wants to be sick? No one does. And there's a lot of viruses out there that can make us sick, but not enough information's going around about those viruses. So I give you the latest news, data, information, anything I can find to help keep you safe and informed on all those viruses. Want to stay informed? Just subscribe down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it by hitting the thumbs up button down below. And of course, share this video with anyone you know. Hit the notification bell to be notified of my latest videos. And if anything triggers a thought, leave a comment down below. Already, we have just a few news stories today, and then we are going to take a look at some data, including some weather data. You see me do this before. You're going to see it again today. Now, we're coming into wintertime, so, yeah, winter and viruses kind of go hand in hand. It's going to be in the United States really cold pretty soon, so we'll take a look at that in a little bit. And then we're going to do some other data, including some of the dashboards we would normally look at on Sunday. We'll look at them today. Starting off with this, though, in Germany, 100 plus passengers, crew members sick in a cruise norovirus outbreak. Yeah, this is not good. We've heard about these for a long time. They happened before COVID, and now we can have COVID outbreaks on cruises. Oh, isn't that fun? No, it's not fun. There's 2007 guests aboard this German cruise line, which apparently is a part of the Carnival Corporation. It's affiliated with Carnival somehow. But this cruise took off in Hamburg, Germany, is where it set sail on November 10th, with scheduled stops in England, the U.S., Mexico, Costa Rica, and more, according to Cruise Mapper. So this is a fairly lengthy cruise. I mean, it started on, when is this again? November 10th, and here we are, we're at December 6th. Yeah, you get the point here, and I hope this outbreak does not get bigger. Sometimes we do find out more information that it ends up getting bigger. And oh, get this, I'm just seeing this here, 133-day cruise. Oh my, yeah, I got a feeling there's going to be more illness to come with that cruise ship. All right, so this is from Sci-Fi over on X now. New, the Los Angeles report, COVID positivity drops to 0.82%, the lowest since June of 2021 as of November 29th. That is really good, how low the West Coast is getting. So that means when the next wave does come, they're going to be starting off from a really low point. Excess deaths continue, with PIC deaths hitting 9.9%. Flu-like illness increases to 3.5%. Yikes, that is not good to see. Flu-like illness is continuing to go up, and that's where I'm really concerned at the moment. All right, moving on now to this from Mike Honey. Here's the latest variant picture for the United States to mid-November. The XFG Stratus variant continued its dominance down slightly to 80% frequency. NB.1.8.1 Nimbus was up slightly to 9%. So what does this all mean? Okay, we obviously know probably within the next week, not this week's data, but next week's data, we're going to see the effect of post-Thanksgiving. However, how big of an increase we see because of Thanksgiving remains to be seen with COVID. We're not seeing a new variant that has taken over yet in the United States, unlike other years. So I honestly don't know what's going to happen. There's definitely going to be an increase, but right now we're not seeing a new variant to give that a boost and make it go even higher, which quite frankly is a good thing. We don't want to see that. But yes, right now, XFG still dominates and has been dominating for a long time at this point. All right, Kristaps Porzingis. We've mentioned his name a lot of times. He's an NBA basketball player, and get this. He's been dealing with illness, as we know, and they're saying it's not related to his POTS at this time. He's just not feeling himself. He's just feeling out. He says, I wouldn't say it was the same thing, he said, per Hawks writer. I just wasn't feeling too good. Not being healthy, but I wouldn't say it was the same stuff from last season, so that's good. I don't know. I'm not highly educated when it comes to POTS, but even with just a little know-how, I know that's not just something that just overnight just disappears. I mean, yeah, it's I'm not understanding this, but ever since he's had COVID, it's just been one thing after another for him. All right, we could sit here all day talking about him. We won't. Do you know someone who is sick right now? Let's refresh this. We just posted a poll about this about, we'll say 50 minutes ago or so. And so far, 21 votes. I assume that's going to go higher. 81% said yes. 19% say no. But again, that's a very small number of votes. This poll has not been out very long. We will take a look at it again tomorrow. I'm sure at that point it may be into the hundreds. I don't know. Maybe it won't be. These algorithms, especially the X algorithms, they do suppress things, such as here on YouTube. I think we get suppressed somewhat, but what do I know? All right, let's take a look at what's going on with COVID in the UK. Weekly cases, 637. That's actually down by 35 still, but though that's down, it's starting to slow. It's not dropping as fast. So that's telling me we're not too far off, maybe. Yeah, already. You had a long summer. We're not too far off, potentially, from the next wave. It could be around Christmas time when it starts up. Deaths, 102 deaths. Again, cases, 637. Deaths, 102. Healthcare usage, now this is behind. 1,207. It says October 31st, so that is definitely due for an update. Let's come down here and take a look at the positivity rate, and that is still very low, but you can clearly see here, though it was dropping fast, that drop has stalled. All things that come down when it comes to COVID eventually, at some point, go back upward. The latest positivity rate is 2.21%, and in case you did not see yesterday's video, influenza continue to go up. That age group, the children, ages from 5 to 14 years old. If you didn't see this yesterday, you're going to see it now. 36.25% positivity rate in flu for kids of that age group. That is just not good. That's really bad, and other age groups are still rising as well. All right, taking a look at what happened with the measles update this week in the United States. We're up to 1,828 measles cases, getting oh so close to 2,000, and as you know, we probably missed cases, so we're probably already over 2,000. Yikes, it's not a good thing. Taking a look at Canada, there's a change here. Wastewater viral activity level of COVID-19 is moderate. Flu A is now listed high. The wastewater viral activity level of flu B is low, and RSV, your viral activity level for that, is moderate. All right, let's take a look at what's going on with the air qualities in the United States. While we're waiting for that, let's take a hydration break, shall we? Yikes. Look at these bad air qualities, generally from eastern and northeast Texas, up that near that Mississippi River to northeast, all the way into the northeastern U.S. Great Lakes, part of the Great Lakes. Not seeing some good air qualities. Also seeing some yellows in Florida today as well. That's something we'll have to keep an eye on. And a lot of reds, even some purples in California. And is Oregon also seeing some oranges? A few oranges in Oregon, but again, California, Fresno, San Francisco, Sacramento doing really bad today. Yikes. Don't know what's going on there. Washington, not terrible today. Let's refresh this so you can see that. Washington, not doing as bad. Yeah, take a look at that. Idaho still has a couple places where there are problems. Right near the Canadian border. Same deal with Montana. Western Montana is dealing with some problems. All right, I got to show you something. We got to take a look at a weather model here. Why? Because, well, look what's up in Canada, and you know what? We could probably change this region just to show the whole North America. Let's do that, shall we? Because we just showed Canadian wastewater. It's good that I show you what's going on up there as well. Take a look at these purple, magenta, these colors here. That's some really cold air. We're going to be watching that cold air as it comes down into the United States. Now, for those who have followed the channel for a long time, know my hobby pre-COVID was tracking the weather. Well, that can kind of go hand in hand with these viruses. The viruses really like cold weather. And take a look at what is building up in northern Canada and up near Alaska. That is some extremely cold air. Unfortunately, that extremely cold air is going to eventually make its way into the United States. Take a look at late next week. Here it comes. It starts to drain into the United States. And when you're talking about really cold weather, you're talking about increased transmission of the viruses because more people are inside. And take a look at this. That freezing line. I'm actually going to zoom this in so you can see this to the southeast U.S. Look at the freezing line. It goes all the way down to the Gulf Coast by the time we get to late next week. And there's several different computer models. This is the American model. You can look at the Canadian model. You can look at the European model. There's several different models suggesting this is going to happen. So this is some really cold air, my friends. I mean, look up here in the Ohio Valley. You're seeing single digits, even, wow, Appalachian Mountains. We're talking about temperatures that could go below zero. And if I continue this, yes, it actually does continue to stay cold. Look at this up here in the upper Midwest. That is some really, look at that. Well below zero as we get close to Christmas time. So, I mean, these viruses are getting all of the chances they could possibly have to do whatever the heck they want to do. COVID, influenza, RSV, you name it, pneumonia. Yeah, we got to be really careful here, and this could be one of the reasons why we see the Midwest region probably go the highest right now. It's because of this really cold air that is moving in. The West Coast, not too bad, but I think eventually you're going to catch up for COVID as well. We got to see what the post-Thanksgiving effect is, and we're not going to know that for another week. Just wanted to give you a heads up. Really cold weather coming for parts of the country, which could include the southern U.S., and these viruses love to live and breed off of cold weather. Alrighty, moving on. Let's take a look at what's going on in Pinellas County, Florida, shall we? We do see, and I need to refresh this. Okay, it is up to date. We do see there are quite a few calls going on right now. Heart problems, breathing problems, you name it. Breathing problems. I know all about that. Had my asthma coughing fits this morning. My voice may even sound like it's congested. It has been a congested day for me. Taking a look at what's going on in Maryland, and we do see a lot of 2s today. Now, 2s are not terrible. It's not as good as a 1. We do see some 3s and 4s. Remember, 4 is the worst, meaning that the emergency department is occupied by 131% or greater. That means it's busting at the seams in the emergency department. Philadelphia on Friday. One of the higher numbers we've seen lately, 788 EMS incidents, but again, that is below 800, so I'm not terribly concerned. Taking a look at what is going on with EMS incidents in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, not too bad at this time. Taking a look at what's going on in Chester County, and we do see some calls here. When I'm saying not too bad, at times we can get up to 20 plus calls. So only 13 right now in Montgomery County. That's good considering we're coming into a more active time of year. Taking a look at what's going on in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and we see 6 active calls right now. Not terribly busy there. One of them is respiratory distress at this time. That's not good. Taking a look at what's going on with the hospitals in Pennsylvania, we do see a couple doing some issues in southeast Pennsylvania, mainly patient volume, and we do see one in Fulton County. That's just a trauma diversion at this time. CAT scanner down for replacement. We could see that message there for a long time. It does happen. Taking a look at what's going on in New Jersey, Southern Ocean Medical Center has a specialty issue, and also Inspira Medical Center Mannington, which we see time and time again, also dealing with an issue. And the Valley Hospital Adult Emergency Department patient volume. What's this all about at this time? Let's see. Patient volume unable to admit any additional patients due to patient volume. So, yeah, too many patients at this time. That's not a good thing. All right, let's take a look at what's going on with the New Jersey dashboard. Here's their summary. Emergency department visits resulting in admissions increased for influenza, COVID-19, and RSV. The majority of emergency departments that resulted in admissions associated with COVID-19 and influenza have been reported in persons 65 years and older, and with RSV have been reported in persons aged 0 to 4 years old. Test positivity increased for influenza, RSV, and HMPV positivity remains elevated for rhinovirus and some other viruses. Wastewater viral activity levels are low for COVID-19, influenza type A, and RSV. The predominant COVID-19 variant, XFG, It's covered by the vaccines. Respiratory outbreaks being reported in long-term care facilities are primarily due to COVID-19, while those in schools are due to influenza. All right, where do we want to go next? Let's take a look at some of that CDC data that came in yesterday. Epidemic status for RSV continues to grow. Influenza continues to grow or likely grow. COVID-19, while it is growing and likely growing in some areas, it's still declining or likely decline in the West. For the most part, it's likely declining, and then it is declining in Arizona. And then we do have Alaska, which is likely growing at this time, and Hawaii is likely declining still for COVID at this time. Taking a look at what's going on with wastewater levels. And this one is for influenza A, and we can clearly see here on this chart at the end that wastewater levels for influenza A in the United States are starting to go up, but we do have some places that are still very low, such as Washington, Oregon, California, Texas, Maine, Pennsylvania. Still listed at very low. I don't know if this includes the issue that Pennsylvania is having with wastewater. I honestly can't answer that question, but if it is, well then obviously very low may not be accurate there. But hey, wastewater for flu, influenza, is now high in Louisiana. It is high in Kentucky, also high in New York State, moderate in Arizona, and low in Nevada, but still very low again. Like I said, in California. We also see Florida here is in the low category, so that's higher than very low. And finally, let's take a look at RSV. And we will see here, RSV is now listed at moderate in Florida, moderate in Alabama, and very high already in Louisiana. Yikes, that's not good to see. And taking a look here, we can definitely see that the South is on the rise. The other regions for RSV are not doing bad yet. So again, we have to wait for next week to see that data, which will probably be the effect of post-Thanksgiving, which I would assume really gets the ball rolling for these viruses. Alrighty, tomorrow will be Wastewater and Dashboard Sunday, and whatever else pops up. There may be some data from CJS, I don't know. And yeah, we should have a fairly busy video tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of dashboards that we look at. Pretty sure we're going to be getting Chicago, which we did not get back during the Thanksgiving holiday. There was a few things that we did not get. I'm pretty sure we're going to try and see if we have that data for you tomorrow. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, hit that notification bell, share this video with anyone you know, and of course, leave your comments down below. I will see everyone again tomorrow. Until I see you again tomorrow, stay safe, everyone, and have a fantastic Saturday evening. Thanks for watching.